Welcome to the Wisdom and Truth. So today's video is a video. What the hell was this? What? All right, so I haven't been making that many videos. All right, so I guess that's all the messages I put up in there. Is to be given, one prayer to be answered, only having one care to the awaken your chosen souls and open and realize. Please take my hand. Please take my hand and guide me to heaven. Lord, do I understand? Sin alone, have mercy on
challenge, guys. Apparently 3% of the people in the world can do this.
All I need is one wish to be given, one prayer to be answered. Only having one care to awaken your chosen souls and open their real eyes to realize these evil foes in this battle with spirits. Lost in suffering's reign, the devil stained in our hearts. And love will be done from the start. influence and sour. For all he's devoured with lies and contradiction, a sentence for insisting to destroy your peace ploy in a promise given to man throughout all lands from the beginning created, stated with your words, walking in the flesh. Weak minds debated, failing a test, all due to disbelief. From mighty winds to tragic defeats, corruption on our streets. From the bottom of society to the highest priest, the highest priest. Take my hand and guide me to heaven, Lord. I understand I'm a sinner, Lord. Have mercy, I'm here to repent. Happens. It'll never fade away, no matter what the drama. It'll never go away. Lessons from my mom's about to dawn upon this freedom. No one seems to be believing exists through any type of transcripts. I'm fully equipped with natural instincts and God's wit. No way to quit. So step by step, as my lips get loose, only the flesh. My chest, cause the God's mind got me living proof for all things you feel you can't do, showing truth. Some may find hard to handle, looking to dismantle scandals, dressed in sheets clothing, left frozen, diseased with golden fevers. Non-believers of faith, time to wake from this reality of lies. Live out your dreams, the limits the sky, no reason to keep these feelings inside. Because death isn't worth the sacrifice of lifelong misery. Learn from history. Not to be fed by greenback greed. Shouldn't have to plead to get what we need. Know that you're worth more than our society's got to offer. And if you can't seem to comprehend the words I speak or the signals I send, then know I keep my enemies closer than friends. I'm always willing to make amends, knowing everything negative needs correction to bring an end. All right, look, this is going to be a quick video. I had a music time. I haven't heard this song. So look, because like there's gonna be a meteor shower tonight or something that you could possibly see in the sky, even though it's been cloudy where I am. It was just thunderstorming. They're supposed to test 5G tomorrow, right? Worldwide, nationwide, whatever. So just in case something may happen, you never know. I'm not saying it ain't is something gonna happen. Just know this. No matter what, uh, no matter what, it's like Jesus said it best, right? So Matthew 24:6-13. You will hear of wars and rumors of wars. You will hear of diseases and rumors of diseases, rumors of all types of stuff. You gotta understand that. Like you're hearing about a lot. Well, you don't really hear it. I don't really come across it a lot, like the protests that are going on in the other countries, like Germany and Ireland and all these other places. Um, but what I do notice on social media, there's a lot of repetition. Okay. There's false prophets and everything. There's Antichrist and everything. Okay. And people are like, oh no, the Antichrist is coming. Listen, then Peter and Jesus one that said it in the book, right? Because that's where the Antichrist even comes from. That's the story of the Antichrist is within this book. And within this book, Jesus tells you that he's already here. He's been here. He's been here. Okay. And Peter says it too. The Antichrist are all around. Okay. Listen, mark of the beast. It don't listen. And this is like the simplest I can explain the mark of the beast. And the way I'm gonna explain it is we already live the mark of the beast. right? In American, can you? Well, I guess you can buy or sell without a social security card, right? If you're doing shady stuff or selling some type of drug or something or some street level stuff, right? Okay. But in essence, you can't move, you can't get credit or anything like that without your social security number, without using the money that we have, right? You can't. So you already live the mark of the beast. You already work at jobs that may make no sense, right? Or maybe only profiting off of somebody else's downfall. Newsflash, everything that it makes money is on somebody's downfall. Okay, from the products we buy to you need it now to advertising and marketing. That's all they listen. If the money stopped, listen, the Great Depression wasn't what you think it is, or it wasn't what they make it seem to be. The Great Depression was no one was spending money. I promise you. And how is that a depression? Because now money's not flowing. People are putting money in their mattresses, so money's not flowing. Right. So then the people in the society that live off of money's not flowing. Right. If you don't have, this is why, churches ask for money, so to speak. Right. If a church owns a building or something, right, they have to pay a tax or something on the building. Granted, religion, you get religion exemptions and stuff like that, but you still got to pay for the building. Some churches I come across rent places, right? Rent a building or try to rent a school or whatever the case is, the auditorium in the school or the cafeteria, whatever. Right. So they still have to bring in an income. So that's why they ask people for money. And that's why they can't not ask you for money. They can't not have a donation thing hoping that you're going to donate. Why? Because they need to keep it running. They can't have it. Well, listen, Jesus went after the one sheep, right? In the story, Jesus went after one sheep, left the 99 going its blind way, right? He goes after the one sheep. Okay. He goes after that one sheep for a reason. Okay. It's not for no reason. It's for a reason. Because that sheep done woke up by himself that he don't want to be with that flock. So now he needs somebody to guide him. And that's what the whole character of Jesus even represents or means, right? Listen, this is why I believe in Jesus, right? I don't necessarily believe in none of these books. Why? Or better yet, I only look at them as people that wrote these books were. See, I can't say that because this book was that like all you gotta do is the research on the book of the Bible, so to speak, and you will learn that it probably doesn't say, like there's only a few things in there because they had to keep them in there. But I'm pretty sure that book is so far away from the original it's not even funny, and that's the truth, right? Can you get concepts? That's why I say the books are good to read, right? I read the books, so I'm not saying don't read the books. The books is good to read if you have the time to read the books, right? But you don't need the books because the thing is simple. As simple can be, and this is how simple I can explain it to you. Ask yourself, if you were the creator, how would you create yourself? Right? You make a creation and you have this unconditional love for this creation. But aside from you saying, this is what it is and giving it rules and stuff, what's your next option? Right? Because you don't want to make a robot. You don't want to force someone to love you. So you don't want to make a robot. That's why it's always said, right? If you love it, let it go and it'll come back. So you don't want to force anything on it. And Jesus said it. Anything taken by force is not of the Father. Right? The Father is a forgiving Father. I know people don't understand why there's suffering in the world and all these kids are dying in Africa or over here, over there. Listen, now it's nationwide, people are dying. But you gotta rest in this. What if you created yourself? Would you create yourself to need? Would you create yourself to get sick? Would you create yourself to die? Right? There has to be a purpose to life. And listen, there is no good and evil. I was getting in the back and forth on a TikTok message with this guy. And me and him ended up agreeing in the end, so to speak, right? Because a lot of people don't understand where I'm coming from, because sometimes you just get so focused in on your side that you can't see, you get blinded by your side and you can't see any other side. That's why anything you say you stand for, if you're saying that's the best to stand for, then there's only two options. It's either everybody else is wrong and you're right, or you're wrong because everybody's wrong because everybody can't be right. Right? You got to hold true. Listen, I hold true to a creator that created life. In the same premise on the story of Adam and Eve and how Eve became created, right? God put Adam in a deep sleep and said it's not good for man to be alone, right? It was not good for God to be alone either. Like, think about that. The creator was here all by himself, so to speak, right? And then he created life to spend time with him and become his friend. And granted, we don't really know much about Adam and Eve and the people before the flood, so to speak. But then when you get to Abraham, you find Abraham was a friend of God, right? That's how he's explained in that book. Right, but then you don't also understand that there's two gods in that book all day, every day. You see it in the story of David. You see it in a couple other places too. That there's two gods in the Bible, but you don't see that, right? There's a good God and a bad God. There's a God that tells you don't kill no one, and then there's a God that tells you to go kill everyone, right? But you're not comprehending that the Creator, it can't be good nor evil, right? Because good gives right to evil, and evil gives right to good. And I know some pastors preach it that good could be here without evil, but it can't. You ever met those people that are so goody two shoes that they always find error in something, and they think they're doing good? Listen, the governments in the world think they do good for their self-interest, for what they collectively are interested in, just like science. They only, it's the same. Listen, one part of the system can't be corrupt. The whole world is corrupt. Okay, and it's corrupt by us. All right, all the people in the world. Why? Because we don't recognize who we truly are. We sit here and take everybody's word for it, but we don't sit here and truly recognize who we are and the power that we have. We give money power. We give education power. We give intellectuals power. We give scholars power. We give historians power. We give archaeologists power, and whatever information they're bringing, we give it power. And the sad thing is, it's mostly the popular view that gives us the power, and then that popular view goes bonkers, like evolution that can never be proven. And most of the things that we argue about in society and we have differences is really makes no sense at all. Especially if the racist ass white guy and the racist ass black guy and the racist ass every guy is going to a church. Okay, if everybody's going to the church, right? I don't care if you're Southern Baptist, Presbyterian, you're reading the same damn book, right? The Jehovah Witness, the Mormon, the Muslim, everyone's reading the same book, but yet we're so divided just on the book, right? And I agree with the division. I think the Old Testament should be given back to the Jews. Like I say in all my, or in a few videos when I talk about Islam, Islam already had their Old Testament, right? They didn't get it from the Jews. So they had their own story. So that only leads me to believe that Abraham, in the end of Genesis, when he met back up with all 8 of his sons, he gave them some knowledge. That's what definitely happened. Way before Moses, right? Wouldn't that make more sense anyway? But I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay? I'm just saying. Like I don't like that's the whole part I don't get with the whole Bible thing, right? Bible being the infallible word of God. I don't get that because listen. Now in the book, I think in the New Testament and in the Old Testament, it says that anyone that adds or deletes from this book. That's why I just said that this thing is so far away from the original. It's not even funny. Now, this is what I mean by that. It's so far away from the original that it's a whole fictitious book. Why? Because listen, just like I seen a video where the dude, I think Aldridge, that first landed on the moon, one of the first dudes to land on the moon, wouldn't put his hand on a Bible to say he swears to God that he landed on the moon. Right? And I saw the video. It couldn't have been CGI or anything. Like I seen him deny the book. He said something and everything. I'm not putting my hand on that Bible. I think he even said how I even know it's a Bible or something. I don't know what the hell he said, but he would refuse to put his hand on the book. Now, granted, let's say they did shoot his ass into outer space. He saw something that put the fear of God in him. He saw something that he knows that if he puts his hand on that book, it's going to be a rizap. That's how much fear he had. Okay? It's so what this is a whole recreation of what they want you to think to believe, but they had to put in official Jesus words. Why? To help you to comprehend when you have these feelings already naturally of unconditional love for everyone, right? When you get in those situations where why is there racism, right? We're all people. We all have 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 eyes, 2 ears. We have the same emotions, love, jealousy, hatred, all these things. We're so the same. Even in science world, we're 99.9% the same in science world. Okay, so either way you look at it, we're all the same. Everyone, no matter what area you're in, you want to know the origins of man, where they started from. Everyone agrees they started in Africa. Right? What's the argument if Jesus was black or white, or if God is black or white, or who the hell gives a damn? Seriously. And especially in the era that we're going in right now. Now, granted, it's an awakening on a spiritual level. It's a reset on a worldly level. Listen, it's happened before, and you probably don't even know how many times it's happened. It's happened. There's rumors they took 1,000 years from us. Like, you just don't listen. 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 Really, like the world's about to change. Some people are gonna know how to handle it, and some people aren't. And what I originally started reading, so you will hear of wars and rumors of wars, but see to it that you are not alarmed. Such things must happen, but the end is still to come. Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in various places. All these are the beginning of birth pains. Then you will be handed over to be persecuted and put to death, and you will be hated by all nations because of me. At that time, many will turn away from the faith and will betray and hate each other. And many false prophets will appear and deceive many people. Because the increase of wickedness, the love of most will grow cold. But the one who stands firm to the end will be saved. Right? And that's all you got to stand for. Like I said, put yourself in the creator's shoes. And why would you even create this thing? Are you playing a game? Right? Logically, not man understanding logically. Truth logically. Truth. If you were the creator and this was your world, what would be the purpose of this world we're in? When we know we die, we know it ends. Like, we know our life cycle ends, so to speak. Right? We know that. We've all had people that died in our lives. We hear things about people dying on the news. We hear things, we see things. We know death is the end. We know people are born. Right? We know these two things. And being that we know those two things, and we know we're going to die, then it has to be a purpose. It's not a purpose of just a game like all the other gods that you hear about from ancient times want you to believe, and doing blood sacrifices on people and then blood sacrifices on animals. Why would the creator need a blood sacrifice from the life he created? No matter what that life you may think is irrelevant to you, it's still life that we all share. Do insects not breathe air? Do animals not breathe air? Do the whales not come up in the ocean to breathe some damn air? Come on. Like, we got to wake up to that. Like, life is life. Life is life. And life, we all share. We all breathe the air in this thing. We all drink the water in this thing. We all feel the heat of the sun rays. Right? We all. So it's time to wake up, especially if the power goes out. Okay? The internet gets shut off. What are you going to do then? Right? You got to find like-minded people like yourself. That's all about unconditional love for the creator and his creation. And his creation being life that we all share. Period. All right. And in these times to come, who knows what's going to happen on tomorrow, right? The 11th, they're supposed to do the thing. So who knows? I don't know if I'm going to be able to see the meteor shower. That would be kind of cool. But just know that, listen, the world's going to come falling apart around us. And if you're free of mind, you know what I'm talking about. There's no way to stop it. Okay, it's going to come. That being said, you just got to be ready to pick up the pieces. Okay, if you're a Christian and you believe you're going to be raptured out of here, God bless you. Okay, because Jesus didn't say that. All right, Jesus didn't even talk about a rapture. All right, Jesus did say he's going to go and prepare a place for you. But he also said, in on earth as in heaven. On earth as in heaven. Heaven is a mind state. And just some words of wisdom out of the Nag Hammadi text. All right. The revelation is preserved on a mountain. This is coming from the revelation of Adam. The preserved words of the God of the eternal realms were not copied in a book or put in writing. You heard that? The preserved words of the God of the eternal realms were not copied in a book or put in writing. Angelic beings whom none of the human generations know will convey them, and they will be placed on a high mountain, on a rock of truth. They will be called words of incorruptibility and truth for those who know the eternal God through wisdom of knowledge and teaching of the eternal angels, because the eternal God knows all things. These are the revelations Adam disclosed to his son Seth, and his son taught them to his offspring. This is the hidden knowledge of Adam that he gave to Seth, and this is holy baptism for people who have eternal knowledge through those born of the word and the incorruptible illuminators who have come from the holy sea in living water. So, listen, know your power. That's the bottom line. Know your power. Uh, if tomorrow's not the same day, listen, live every day like it's your last. And not in the sense of you want to live it up before you die. In the sense of you want to know who the Father is before that time comes. That's every day you get blessed with. Every day you get blessed with is another opportunity to worship Him, and not worship Him and like, oh, Father, and do 18,000 prayers a day, right? You can pray. Praying is just talking. That's it. That's the misconception of prayer. Prayers, I talk to the Father all day, every day, in every situation I go through. Everything I come across, I'm like, well, Father, I drove somewhere the other day, and there was a traffic one way. I said, oh, I'm going around this other way, and I get over there and there's traffic again. In my mind, I'm just like, hey, Father, okay, I hear you, man. Maybe you want me to slow it down. Maybe I shouldn't be in a rush. Cool, I'm down with that. Okay, like sometimes you got to see the signs for what they are, and it's there. Is there though? Listen, the world, yes, the Father is invisible to the world. So Jesus says that in the Nag Hammadi text. He says it in the New Testament. It's referenced to him. I think even Paul says it a few times. Listen, the Father is only blind, or you're only blinded to those that are blinded. Right? Listen, you gotta look at it like if you're ashamed of yourself, then the Father won't see you because you don't want to see you, so to speak. You're so ashamed. You don't. It's just like this. I tell you about in Exodus, from when God said, "Get the people ready. 3 days, they're gonna come meet me. I want to meet everyone. I want to tell them I love them. I want to give them a hug." And He was like, "Tell them to prepare." And as they got closer and closer to that damn mountain, and they heard that thunder and that they saw that lightning and the clouds and stuff, they were like, "Oh hell no, Moses! Hold on, Moses. You just go represent us." And God didn't want that. The Father wants a personal relationship with you, His child, His Christ, His life. Right? Jesus came to represent it. Yes, is Jesus the son? He's Son of God. Yes, He's a Son of God. That said, when they picked up stones to stone Him because He said the Father and I are one, He said, "Hey, in your Psalms, doesn't it say, yea, are gods also?" There's no adoption process with the Father. The Father created us all. He created Satan. He created all our circumstances that we're going through to come to an understanding of unconditional love for all of life. It's as simple as that. Simple as that. All right. What else is the good news then? Is Jesus died as the scapegoat for all of us to live? No, absolutely not. Then He wouldn't have said, bear your own cross. Okay, Jesus died on the cross to show us our way out. Show us the way out. Don't be scared of what they're going to do to you. Don't be scared. The Father's going to be with you till the end. And when that end comes, you're going to truly begin. Like, understand that. Okay, I love you all. Peace be with you. You know, if shit goes haywire, hopefully the Father will help us to cross paths, so to speak. I'm in New Jersey, though. I got a couple friends out there. But listen, don't let the world take hold of you, right? The Father sent us into the world to subdue it, not surrender to it. So understand that. But love you guys. I'm getting good at these shorter messages. And I'll see you guys soon. Email me or anything before the night's over. Just to say what's up. Okay. Peace out.